Hello there, Sagittarius, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscription. So, Sagittarius, what I like to do is to do something slightly different from what you've been accustomed to seeing me post here. We're going to do a more of a special topics type reading. I'm going to do a past life reading. And in this reading, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to help you trace negative patterns by just understanding their origins, uh, to the past and to your one of your past lifetimes. And as many of you know, and we've experienced many lifetimes in our incantations. Okay, so the purpose of this reading, what I'd like to at least drive home to you guys, is that the key is to learn and to have an awareness of these negative tendencies that you might have, and to try to work on releasing them, ladies and gentlemen, and to understand when they crop up that perhaps they might be just coming from another lifetime. So, with that said, let's go on and just shuffle up, Sagittarius, and I'm going to start off with an overarching theme, something that just keep coming up over and over and over again. You just can't get away from it, and just provide you with additional lifetime information that Spirit would like you to know, because it's lessons that you're learning, particularly in this lifetime, okay? So, with that said, let's just go and ask Spirit a quick question here. Spirit, what spiritual lessons are Sagittarius learning from a prior lifetime? What lessons, Spirit? All right, let's go on and just dive on into this reading and select a card here. Okay. Sagittarius, we have finances. So this is a clear cut message here. So somehow your situation is connected somehow with um, finances here. Okay. And it shows, ladies and gentlemen, that it seems that you were very concerned about finances, or your finances, or perhaps the acquisition of money, or perhaps even the lack thereof. Okay? And you just worried incessantly, it seems to be. I'm getting here with having that financial card there. And money was a very important factor to you because it seems that you were very impoverished, because in another lifetime that I'm getting. And it looks like you've been struggling with money, and you might also be struggling now. And that comes from that prior lifetime that is kind of, you kind of allowed yourself to get to this point in some way. But Spirit says if you want to kind of change your situation, act with good intentions to help others here. Spirit wants you to help others, you know, to really contemplate your true motivations behind things that you do here. Okay, and to understand, why are you doing things? Are you doing it for attention, or are you just doing it because Spirit wants you to do it and you just feel compelled to do so? All right, let's select the card to see what lifetime might have triggered your situation here. Wow, you guys are getting some unusual cards here. We have baby here. So that shows some connection with a baby here. So with this card, what I'm seeing is that this shows a life when you were a parent. Some of you might be parents now, but it also still shows another life when you were a parent, and your baby played a pivotal role. Okay, and I feel that either you suffered a trauma as a result of having a baby, or your baby suffered in some way here. And you might find yourself, perhaps if you do have children now, that you might be having some problems with them, perhaps. Or you might even find yourself overprotective. It's either or here when it comes to babies in general or just children in general here that I'm kind of feeling. All right. So let's go on and just take a peek and see your look at your current situation and what Spirit really wants you to really know. Sagittarius, if this reading is resonating with you, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to just simply press that subscription button and like button, okay? And this would assure you that you will be receiving future readings here. So we have in this placements phobia here, phobias. So we know that you many of you are you kind of still clinging to phobias from a prior lifetime, and it's time for you to release these anxieties here and a need to control situations. Again, awareness is key. Spirit wants you really to make an effort, Sagittarius, to really release fear here, okay? Because fear is kind of holding you back. Let's look at your outcome or something, another message that Spirit would like you to know. Wow, we have High Priest or High Priestess. And I'm sure that this card already resonates with many of you because I feel that many of you already feel that you are male and female, but are one of those. Or, is one of those. A high priest or a high priestess. And it seems that your spiritual knowledge is very heightened, I'm getting this Spirit is saying, which which is why Spirit wants you to reach out more to mankind, to help others, to show people your talents here, to not only surrender fear, but to get out and just help others and be of service to others and help humankind. Spirit wants you to surrender doubts and insecurities about your spiritual talents so that you can make this world a better place because that's what you're here to do in this lifetime. And that's the lesson that you're learning. So, with that said, Sagittarius, this is your reading. I certainly hope that has offered food for thought. Be sure to like and share, subscribe if you've yet to subscribe, and should any of you wishes to have a more personalized reading, please scoot right over to my website to schedule in or to purchase. Thanks so much for your time. I look forward to hearing your comments. Enjoy your day now.